recording.
Thank you.
And subject to the recording being of suitable quality, will be made available on the council's YouTube channel via a link on the council's website. Council staff and members of the public, if you could have your cell phones turned onto silent or turned off, we appreciate it. Health and safety, you know where the emergency exits are, they're at that end and here as well. Bathrooms are available in the eyesight or actually down the back here, but we prefer you not to walk past if you can avoid it. If there is an emergency, please assemble in the playground at the front of the Wahine Centre, and we'll let you know when the building is clear. Information, Councillor Jepson, will you be able to read them?
Oh, hang on. I'll go there. Sorry about that, guys. I should know it by heart, but we pledge that we will faithfully and impartially use our skill, wisdom, and judgment throughout discussions and deliberations ahead of us today in order to make responsible and appropriate decisions for the benefit of the South Wairarapa district at large. We commit individually and as a council to the principles of integrity and respect, and to upholding the vision and values we have adopted in our long-term plan strategic document in order to energise, unify and enrich our district.
Absolutely. So in case you've ever noticed, I always try to pick the person who is least ready.
I didn't understand.
Okay, apologies. We have an apology from Councillor West for today, an apology for lateness from Councillor Ross Vickery, and we have an apology as well from Councillor Maynard.
Yep, that's right.
For today.
Yes.
Do we have any other apologies? Great. Do we have a mover to receive those apologies? Thank you, Rebecca. Seconded, Councillor Hay. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. All those against, the motion is carried. Are there any conflicts of interest? Okay, we'll go on to our schedule for hearings as per the schedule. We only have 5 minutes, including questions. So people can ask this, and I'll repeat this a number of times as people come in, but if you could, we do have your written submissions, so if you could leave as much time as you can for questions from councillors, would certainly mean that we have a better rounding of what we're talking about. So you have 5 minutes for either an LTP or spatial plan submission, or 10 minutes if you're presenting to both. And we also request that submitters are asked to be polite and respectful. I do reserve the right to terminate a presentation if submitters criticise elected members or staff or are being disrespectful or offensive. So with that, if I could call submitter number 53, Rowan Wright, to grab a seat. Welcome.
Mayor, fellow councillors, fellow residents of South Wairarapa. Today, my submission is in full support of the Greytown Wheels Park. As a resident of Cotter Street, my family and I are very excited about the proposed Wheels Park at the end of our streets. I had a 6-year-old boy and 4-year-old daughter, both who love to scooter and ride their bikes. However, at present, we need to drive either 15 minutes down the road to Carlton, Featherston or Martinborough to take them somewhere where they can ride their scooters safely. There are no such facilities in Greytown at present. I believe this Wheels Park will be a great asset for Greytown and something Greytown is in desperate need of for our young and older children. Children these days are inundated with screen time, whether it's iPads, iPhones, PlayStation 4s, TV. It's really hard to get them outside. I believe facilities like this, we need them to help to get them outside so they can get some fresh air, get some exercise, have facilities where they can challenge themselves to help develop a growth mindset that they can then apply to other areas of their lives as well. I believe the benefits of this Wheels Park will be beyond those that are directly using it. I believe that having this facility in Greytown will make Greytown a more attractive place for families to come and holiday, increasing tourism and making things better for businesses. As an example, Foxton Beach have built an amazing pump track, and every year thousands of people go there to ride that track, and it brings in a lot of people around the region. That track is one of the main reasons why my family keeps returning to Foxton for camping trips year after year. There'll be a wide range of age groups that use this facility. Again, using Foxton Beach pump track is another example. Any day there, on any given day, you can see mums and dads riding their bikes and skateboards along with their children. I myself love to skateboard and to mountain bike, and being able to do these activities with my children is very special for us. I think the location is really good, being at the end of the rail trail. We've got the Taranaki Bridge, swing bridge going through shortly that'll make biking from Featherston to Greytown that much easier. There's a lot of children in the area. In particular, Cotter Street, we've got an increasing number of young families, and with the subdivision across the road coming in very shortly, no doubt there'll be even more. Rich Landscapes has been brought in to do a design concept for this wheels park. I think this is really exciting. Richard has done some amazing wheels parks throughout New Zealand. So this will not be something that we're replicating that we've already got in Martinborough or Featherston. This will be something new, something different, exciting, something that not just Greytown residents will benefit from, but those in the wider South Wairarapa district as well. So in summary, whether you're young or old, skate, bike, rollerblade, or just have a business in town, I believe this wheels park is going to have great benefits for everyone in South Wairarapa. I ask you all to please get in behind and support this. Our children, young and old, have been waiting far too long for this. Let's make it a reality.
Thank you. Right. Before I open up, I'll open up to you. But you mentioned location. There are, I suppose, potentially a number of locations that we could look at, but this is the one that we've identified. How do you think that location fits in with your usage within the town? Yeah, that's
Yeah, well, I think it's great. It's got a connection to the rail trail, so people can come off the rail trail, ride their bikes. We've got a pump track there; they can ride their bikes on the pump track. I think there's a really good connection there.
And as a user, you mentioned tourism, which is something interesting. Something I possibly hadn't thought of. When you are travelling with your kids, how important is a skate park with regards to your identifying an area to visit?
Yeah, I think it's a huge one. Like I say, that's the primary reason we return to Foxton Beach year after year. Having facility when you're going camping or just holidaying, it's really important to have facilities for kids. Like I say, we're really keen on biking. And Rotorua is another destination. As you all may know, Rotorua's got some amazing bike tracks up in Whakarewa, the Skyline Luge, they've got bike tracks there. And that gets a huge amount of mountain bikers going there every year. So having these facilities is really important for families. It just makes those family holidays that much easier if there are activities that the kids enjoy and the parents enjoy and they can do together, make those special times.
Excellent. Councillors. Okay.
Brian, could I just ask, what was the name of the design person you talked about?
Rich Landscapes.
Rich Landscapes, thank you.
Yeah, just as an aside, in terms of maintaining these tracks, places like Foxton, is it maintained by the council or is it maintained by the motorhome park?
I believe it's maintained, I don't know for sure, but I believe it's maintained by the council. It's outside of the.
It is maintained by the council.
By the council, thank you.
I know that. I lived there for 2 years.
Councillors, any other? Yeah.
Yeah, right, thanks. Access to it. We're going to obviously hear a lot about access down Cotter Street. Got any comments to make on that?
Yes, I think there is no footpath at Cotter Street at the moment, but we do have judder bumps going down there, so cars do travel slow, and it is relatively safe for people biking who do use it to bike into the rail trail at the moment. But ideally, we would have some better footpaths connecting Pear Street to the place so that people can access it that way.
Any other questions? Brian, thank you very much for your submission.
Thank you for your time.
Running 2 minutes ahead of schedule, but clear.
Marie. I realised just as I came in, there was a comment that quite a few of the councillors hadn't read my submission, so I will just basically go through a little bit more detail. I was a bit disappointed to.
Just one second. I will just put a pause on that. Councillors, have you all read submission as put forward?
Yep.
Okay, great. Thank you. So just we can confirm that that's not quite the case. We'll continue now.
I was looking through the long-term plan and I found it was very disappointing in its long-term goal. This plan to me looked very much like an annual plan, and I felt that the vision that our council needed was not in there. In the past, I felt that our councils have looked to the future and been very proactive. I'm very, very disappointed in the cutting, in a way it looked frightened, this long-term plan. It looked like it didn't dare try and tackle the issues. Climate change is going to be a very big thing. As we saw with certain things like our disasters with the weevils, little things like that are going to affect our communities really greatly. Unless we put some resilience into our land use, I think that the droughts, maybe the floods, and as well as Wairarapa, especially South Wairarapa and Featherston, the growth node, we need to have community resilience for the future. I'd like to see the actions like all new builds in the council should be required to have their own source of power. They can still go into the grid, but they need to be mostly, say, solar panels or wind generation. I think rainwater tank collections. So I also think that it is important that we promote regenerative organic agriculture and avoid pesticides and GMOs in our land use. It is disappointing to see the South Wairarapa District Council has not committed to ensuring that all towns have a recycling depot. I think it's going to come into problems if Greytown, which is also growing very fast, as we saw with the wastewater, that the wastewater is not able to cope.